Welcome! Today, we're diving into a really fascinating analysis from Salon. They've broken down the 2025 New Alcoholic Beverage Industry Development Report. And let me tell you, this is about way more than just what's in your glass. We're talking about a massive cultural shift that's happening as we speak. All right, so this report, which comes from New Distribution and Bottle Planet, is basically our guide for this whole journey. It lays out this huge shift in drinking culture. I mean, it's not just about what people are drinking, but how and why. What we're really witnessing is the birth of a whole new market. So it all really boils down to this one question, doesn't it? You've got this industry that's been around forever, built on all this tradition, and suddenly it's being turned completely on its head. And it's all because the answer to this question is changing and fast. Okay, so first up, let's talk about this changing culture. We're looking at a real clash of worlds here. The old way of doing things is fading out, making room for something totally new. So check this out. It's not just about what you're drinking, it's the why. For ages, it was all about these stuffy business dinners, right? Formal gatherings where you kinda had to drink. Now, it's a complete 180. People are drinking by themselves at home, taking drinks on camping trips with friends. It's become about personal enjoyment, a little bit of me time or genuine connection. It's a move from obligation to pure enjoyment. And here's the proof in the pudding, right here in the numbers. Take a look. Drinking for business? That's dropped from 36% down to 27% in just a few years. Meanwhile, drinking for what they call self-pleasing, basically just enjoying yourself, has shot up from 29% to 37%. This isn't just a vibe, it's a measurable economic shift. The money is following the culture. So naturally, when you have a cultural shift this big, money and innovation are going to follow. This created a massive opening in the market, and something new came rushing in to fill it. This is where we see the rise of what's being called the new alcoholic beverage. Okay, so what in the world are we talking about here? New alcoholic beverage. Well, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's a whole new category of drinks made for today's consumer. We're not talking about your grandpa's super strong baijiu. No, these are designed to be different. They're all about interesting flavors, maybe a lower alcohol content, and really the whole experience of drinking it. And wow, this whole thing happened in the blink of an eye. Look at this timeline. A decade ago, it was just a few little brands dipping their toes in the water. Then, boom, the money starts pouring in. You see the rise of the she economy, and suddenly it's a real branding game. And then, from 2021 on, it just goes completely mainstream, an explosion. And you've got to give credit to the pioneers here. Brands like Rio and Mijian, they were the ones who really cracked the code. They showed everyone that there's this massive audience out there just waiting for something different, something that was less about tradition and more about just tasting good and having a nice time. They basically wrote the playbook for this whole new wave. So what does all that innovation get you? Just look at this number. The market is expected to be worth over 135 billion yuan by 2025. Let that sink in. In 2020, it was just under 28 billion. We're talking about the market size multiplying by almost 5 times in only 5 years. That is absolutely staggering. It's a rocket ship. All right, so this new wave is clearly not just a fad. It's the new reality. So the big question is, what's next? What's going to drive the future of this new world order in the drinks industry? Well, the report points to 3 key things. First up is tech. We're talking new ways to make drinks taste more natural, maybe even a bit healthier. Second is something we can all relate to, convenience. And third, which I think is super cool, is this idea of category fusion. Basically, the walls between what's a soft drink and what's an alcoholic beverage are just crumbling down. And this chart just shows you what that fusion looks like. It's so fascinating. On one end, you've got booze that's kind of like a soft drink, your hard seltzers and stuff. But on the other end, you have soft drinks that are becoming more like alcohol. And in between, it's just a free-for-all of creativity. Fruit wines, alcoholic teas, the possibilities are becoming endless. Okay, so we've gone through a lot of data and a lot of trends. So what's the bottom line? Let's boil it all down to the 3 most important takeaways from this report and why they actually matter. So here they are, the 3 big shifts. If you take anything away from this is it. First, it's about the purpose. Drinking is no longer a social tool, it's about personal enjoyment. Second, it's about the place. It's not just for the dinner table anymore, it's for, well, everywhere. And third, it's about the purchaser. The person buying the drinks is changing, with women and families now driving decisions. And I think this quote from the report just hits the nail on the head. It says the product is what's in the glass, sure, but it's the scene and the retail model that determine how it actually gets into your life. It's not enough to make a good drink anymore. You have to figure out how it fits into the way we live now. When you really step back and look at it, this whole thing isn't really about alcohol, is it? It's about us. It's a reflection of how our lives, our values, and our priorities are all changing. The drinks on the shelf are evolving because society is evolving. So it really leaves you with a final thought, doesn't it? Your drink is evolving. Are you?